Hey guys, it's Tiffany with Free Tarot Friday at Wise Skies. If you're new to the channel, we usually just start with Aries and go all the way through Pisces with some tarot readings. So for those of you that I normally start right on time at noon, I was a little late today, so thank you for your patience. Sometimes everything happens all at once, and it was just kind of one of those moments. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to use the Rider weight deck. This is kind of the standard tarot deck that people start with. This is kind of I would say like maybe a beginner's deck. Um, because I've got my golden tarot off and all set up. I'm doing a live webinar workshop here in the next hour or so, and I have it all like organized and set up how I want it. So I thought it would be fun to try a new deck anyways. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to just clear the deck for Aries. Clearing for our Aries friends. What do they need to hear? So the two cards that fell out, guys, were the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands, all right? And so the Wheel of Fortune is halfway through, right? So this is halfway through the deck, and this is a significant life lesson for you, Aries. So this is something where you're on a journey and you've got to take a leap of faith. You've got to roll the dice a little, and it may or may not work out, but you've still got to take a chance. So this card is about taking chances. And this card is about taking on too much. All right. So it's like, what can you let go of? What can you leave to fate instead of taking on yourself to do? So whenever I get this card, this is usually a sign that I need to delegate. I need to let go of something that I'm about to hit burnout. And so it's like, what can you throw to the gods, basically? The Wheel of Fortune, what else could I say about that? It's a significant life lesson that you're going through. So the actions that you're taking now are karmically involved. So what you're doing now, the decisions you're making, the actions you're taking, right, Wands, this has an effect. It's kind of like, you're setting yourself up for the next stage. So if you're having a little burnout or if you're about to take on too much, let's see what the fate has instead, okay? So that was for Aries. Let's clear the deck for Taurus. Sometimes Aries in that reading too, it's like we really think we know what we want to do, and sometimes it's just better to throw it up in the air and see what sticks as opposed to like focusing on your plan, right? Okay, and Mercury entered Aries today, so you've got an extra planetary body, some extra wisdom in your home sign. That's kind of fun. And it's your birthday month, so happy birthday. All right, and so for our Taurus friends, clear for Taurus. This new Facebook Live platform, there's a little bit of a lag. So I am seeing some comments come in. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Abby. Thank you for being here. Clear for Taurus. What do our Taurus friends need to know? Some practical advice that they can take with them into the weekend. Clear for Taurus. Okay. King of Cups and a Knight of Swords. I don't want to get to Page of Swords. I want to get something besides a court card. Okay, so the King of Cups is what came out first for Taurus. So the Kings are the most mature level of their suit. So if the suit is Cups and this is the suit of love, and you think about the King being at the higher end of that, this is somebody that's very compassionate, that's very wise, that knows how to give and receive love with, reciprocity, right? So this King of Cups, Taurus, this is where you're asked to step into your most compassionate self. Also, there's something that you've been maybe foolish about or naive about, and just have a heart, like have a beginner's heart with so much compassion. You know, everybody in your life is having a battle that you really don't know anything about. We all are like that. So facing the world or the weekend with some childlike wonder, some compassion, and with a beginner's mind. So approaching everything as though it's the first time and that it's fun. Okay, so clearing now for Gemini. If you guys don't have my handout yet, we created a really cool handout on the freebies page at wiseskies.advice.com. And it's got all of the list of what the tarot means. So every card has a little meaning. It's a cool handout if you want to check it out. I invite you to download it. All right, for Gemini, the two that fell out are the Three of Swords and the Strength card. And so you can see that this is a broken heart. You know, the symbology is pretty clear. You were born wise. You know all the answers. The cards are just a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And so hopefully this is speaking to a Gemini specifically that's watching. And we just want to acknowledge that they're going through something that's been pretty heartbreaking. This doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be somebody that has had to let a lot of employees go, right? It could be somebody that has had to be in isolation and didn't want to be. This, it's very hard for Gemini to be more isolated. They're social creatures, right? So, and then here we've got this strength card. So I know, Geminis, that you're tapping in your inner reserves and you're really rising to the occasion here, even through the heartbreak. The strength card also has this infinity symbol above her head. And right now, it's an 8 sideways, right? And so now we're in an 8-4 month in numerology. And so riding the high highs and the low lows that represent that 8, finding your peace and stability, even though there's some high highs and low lows. Maybe there's some early mornings and late nights, and you've got to find your way right in the middle to be super steady. Okay, that's for Gemini. Hi, Maura. All right, and let's clear for Cancer. So clear for Cancer. What do our Cancer friends need to hear for the weekend? Some practical advice for them. Okay. We get the Magician, also has the infinity symbol above his head, right? As above, so below. So your thoughts are really, really powerful in creating your reality right now. And you're supposed to be focused right now on your love relationship. So Cancer, if you're not in a relationship, you're calling one in. And it doesn't have to be that you're calling one in. It could be that you're putting one to close. I don't know, but you're the Magician in terms of your relationship. So you're kind of driving the car right now, Cancer. In your relationship, taking this more maternal role. The Empress is, she's the goddess of fertility and creativity, and this indicates an incubation period. So your relationships are probably just going through a phase right now where you're being tested in some ways, and your role is to be the matriarch or the caregiver. This can be male or female, and the Magician reminds you, as you think, so shall it be. So getting your thought life in order is really critical, not only to your relationship, but to the whole health of the dynamic. Okay. Hi, Mary. Okay, we're clearing now for Leo. Clear for Leo. And I remember the Leos last week were having a tough reading because I got a couple of private readings afterwards that were saying, hey, that really hit home. Can we look further? So I hope all of you Leos out there are having a better weekend. Let's see what we can get for you guys. Clear for Leos. What is that? The 4 of Cups, okay? And the 8 of Swords. So I think, and the 6 of Wands. So this is a victory. Things are going forward. You're feeling kind of bored. You wish they were moving faster, but don't worry. It's all turning out okay. So whatever internal question you had, it's like, yes, go forward, Leo. Yeah, you're a little bit bored right now and people aren't up to speed on things, but it's happening quickly and you do get a yes. You get forward momentum. Hi, Anastasia. Great. Good to see you. Okay, after Leo comes Virgo. Clear for Virgo. Clearing now for Virgo. What do our Virgo friends need to hear for the weekend? Some good advice. They've got the 3 of Wands. All right, and they've got the Page of Wands. Let's see if I can get one more. Knight of Wands. And a Page of Cups. Okay. So 2 pages. So really, Virgo, they're trying to get a message through to you. This is and here's the 4 of Wands. So I want to look at both. We got the 3 and 4 of Wands. So this means that action is required at some level for you, right? The 3's creative action, feeling like you're ready to create, you're ready to put the puzzle pieces together. And then the 4, sorry, I'm all backwards. The 4 of Wands is where we are finding stability through motion. This is also a card of festivity, of a party. So finding a sense of completion and being thankful for it would be one interpretation of this card. And then you can see like sometimes it's a party after a wedding. All right. But often, this is the card that I picked for the month of April. Again, reminding us to find stability through chaos. So this is a lot like riding the surfboard, finding your own inner strength while the world's crazy out there, and knowing that you too are going forward. This is like an adventure of life, and you can't wait to get going. You're creating something, and we don't have all the information we need. It's just keep going forward. There's messages coming. We don't have all the information we need. So I'm going to get a little card of clarification for our Virgos watching. Clear for Virgos. What is it? What is that piece of information that somebody's waiting on? Temperance. Okay. So the reason maybe you're feeling blocked is that you're overdoing something. You're either sleeping in too much, you're overworking, you are drinking too much, you're eating too much, you might be checked out on Zoom all day. This is a card of reeling it in. So it's like the messages can't come through because you're overstimulated or overwhelmed at some level. Okay. So we got to get clear before we can get a good message for you guys. Let's clear for Libra now. Hi, Terry. Hi, Angelique and Melissa. All right, we're clearing for Libra. What do our Libra friends need to hear? Okay. Seven of Swords. Whoa. Sorry, I really dropped that one. Be right back. All right, and the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so this is a little bit like back to the drawing board for you guys. I really don't like getting this card. It's our least favorite card in the deck. This means that somebody is stealing from you. So either there's been an actual theft, or maybe your passwords need to be changed. I tell people a lot when we get this card. It could be you, that you're being secretive of something, or that something's being unearthed that you would rather not, or maybe secrets are being revealed in front of you that you're having a hard time with, and so this is a little bit like back to the drawing board. We thought we were through a hard patch. Really just kind of stay on guard and keep it simple, right? Keep it basic this weekend, Libra. What's the truth? What's the honest truth is how I would look at that. Clearing now for, who's next? Scorpio, right? Clearing now for Scorpio. Abby says, does she fall under Libra or Scorpio? October 23rd. Does anybody know? I think that's Libra. But now I don't know that you're asking me and I'm live. I don't know. So if anybody else knows, you can easily Google it. Also, if you're that close on the cusp, both might make sense to you. So listen for both and see which makes more sense, right? Hi, Bobby. All right. See a couple more people. Thank you for coming. We are on Scorpio. So let's clear for Scorpio Nation. What do they need to know here? Practical advice for their weekend. Something that helps them out. Helps them understand something. So, this is the Ten of Cups. This is the Happy Family card. This is the ultimate relationship. All right. And then here's the World card. This is the things coming full circle. So this could be some of you coming into an end phase in your relationships and starting something fresh. It could be within that own relationship, but there's a relationship phase that has ended and that it's going okay. And that the world is an end that is it's like a happy ending, right? It's like a positive situation. It's the last card in the deck. It means you've been on a long, long journey. It means that you're willing to start fresh, and it could be with that person or with a different person, right? But here you are, the Ten of Cups, the card of love and happy families. I pulled a card of clarification. Here's the Queen of Swords. So some of you might be being too direct with your happy family. I know as a Scorpio, I am often too direct with my family. I expect them to put up with that because I feel like I'm just being honest and it comes out all wrong, right? So when you get the Queen of Swords, maybe this is the mother-in-law card. This is the card that a lot of people don't want to be around because they're too harsh. So maybe as you're talking through things with people, know to soften your tongue a little bit, know to listen more, and to try to be cool, confident leader instead of a bitch, right? All right, so let's clear for Sagittarius. Clear for Sagittarius. What do our Sag friends need to hear? Clear for Sag. It's kind of fun to use a different deck, huh? It's challenging me. Okay. So we've got the Knight of Swords. So this is somebody that is thinking about things kind of immaturely. You know, they're trying to solve a new problem with the same old thought waves, right? The Knight of Swords. He's dashing into things too soon. He's kind of disturbing the energy. Like, this isn't super exciting. This is like too exciting almost. It's like, hang on, have you thought through this, right? So Sagittarius, let's think before we talk. This is the card of poverty consciousness. So the Five of Coins. You can see this guy, I don't know if you can, but it's cold and he's wounded and it's just really a bummer. Like, he's in a tough situation here in life. And so this feeling like this is like not our optimal Sag energy, right? Like, this is maybe you just kind of need a shift of perspective, which is the next card, Ace of Swords. So changing your mind about something, being willing to be generous, being of service, right? This card of the Six of Cups here. And then ultimately the Queen of Wands being in action about something that's important to you. All right. So Sag, maybe if some of you guys are in a little bit of a funk, just try to change your mind. And how do you change your mind about something? Either you're doing self-reflection or you're doing meditation, you're doing some practices to clear your mind. You're not filling your body with stuff that clogs the nadis. Like, you know, you don't have to cleanse. Your body is going to cleanse naturally for you, but you want to feed it foods that it doesn't have to work so hard to, that's, you know, clogging up your consciousness, right? So just some ideas. And then after 9 is 10, so Capricorn, we'll clear the deck for Capricorn. What do our Capricorn friends need to hear? Okay, good. All right, they've got the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Star. All right. So Capricorn, you are the star of your own life, but you're also your own worst enemy. It's like you've been holding yourself back, and here's this message of getting in action. It's like time to put your money where your mouth is. So if you've been saying you're going to want to do something for a long time, or you shoulda, woulda, coulda, it's time to go ahead and do it. My example of that is, like, I have wanted a harmonium forever. My friends make fun of me. Everybody thinks it's silly. I love them. I want one. And so this is, if I was taking that advice, I would say it's time to get it. So you don't look back on this time and shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, it's time for you to kind of step into your power and take action on that thing that you say that you want. Or take a look at yourself and realize that maybe you don't want that, right? So clearing now for Aquarius. Clear for Aquarius. Abby is saying sometimes Libra, sometimes Scorpio. So that's a very Libra thing to say, right? Libra is indecisive, Scorpio knows, and is crystal clear and harsh, you know. So I would say maybe you're on the Libra side today. All right, clearing for, who's the next one? We just did Capricorn, so Aquarius. So let's clear for Aquarius. If you guys are just joining me, I want to remind you that the Tarot handout is up on wiseguysadvice.com on the freebies page. I'm really proud of it. And I guess the next thing coming down the pipeline is we have this awesome Venus retrograde survival guide. I'm going to put it in the store as soon as possible today. It'll be up today. And the Venus retrograde is coming up. It's 4 months. We've got most of April through most of July. And what that means, you've heard of Mercury retrograde. Well, Venus will go retrograde just this one time this year, and it'll happen in Gemini. And this is a sign of mixed signals, right? And so when she's going retrograde, we want to know what house is it in for you so that you know how to handle it. We really did a great job of writing this one. I'm super proud of Sasha and I from Astrology Mothership. We have a playlist, a Venus retrograde playlist that's super moody and dark if you like that. And then we have these reading recommendations, of course, crystals, and the write-up for each house and what that means for you personally. There's a little history in there. It's a really cool love note. There's an article called Venus, Not Just Hugs and Kisses, on my forecast page on the blog on Wise Skies that you can check out if you want more. All right, I think we cleared enough for Aquarius. They got an Ace of Wands. This is a cool card for this deck. I like the art on it. you're ever trying to illustrate a deck, the wand is like the hardest one to illustrate. So Aquarius, it's time to do something new. The aces are always a good omen. They're always an awakening, a beginning, right? A time to be in action. This could be that you need a new workout routine, all right? But this isn't like think about it differently. It's like do something differently. So similar to the Capricorn reading, are your feet doing what your mouth is saying that you want to be doing? Yeah, Page of Wands. This is a message of action. It's time to, it's like go time for something. You know, fish or cut bait, as we would say in the country. All right, after Aquarius comes Pisces, so we'll clear for Pisces. And what do our Pisces friends need to hear? Clear for Pisces. What do they need to hear this afternoon, for their weekend? For any Pisces that are watching, can we get them some clarity? Pisces, if you want to ask a question in your heart, maybe this will give you some information. So just like Sagittarius, it looks like you might be rushing into something, that you might be not having enough information to make a really super mature decision about it. And in fact, something's got to end. So if you're pushing an issue, if you're forcing something, if you're hustling something, maybe not. Okay. Then we've got the Three of Cups. Like we need to take in more than one perspective here. So this is often when we have three perspectives or three people in a relationship. It can refer to two people and a dog. It can refer to a new baby on the way. A lot of times in my readings, it's when somebody's cheating on somebody. But in Old Tarot, it's like a festive party. But just in my personal readings over the last 20 years, I haven't seen it like that. It's like there's three hearts involved in this situation here. All right. And so being a higher end Pisces, you're going to take the high road and find a place of compassion and make sure everybody feels heard and go ahead and let something come to a sense of completion. You're changing your perspective. And as your perspective changes, the situation will also change. All right. Yay, Pisces is right. Thank you, Pisces, for your service to the world. All right, the Queen of Pentacles. So it just fell out. I was kind of done reading. I think I've said all the little things I wanted to say. Keep your eyes up on the podcast. I'll release that Venus retrograde podcast today. It's a conversation with Sasha, and we get a little poetic in there, some giggles. The Venus retrograde kit or guide is also, I guess we've got some meditations in there. So if you don't know how to say the Sanskrit mantras, we've recorded them for you. So you can click and listen and be like, oh, okay, that's how that one goes. And just all kinds of goodies. I'm really proud of that one. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your patience today. I'm going to run off and teach the Tarot 101 webinar. If you missed this one and you want to do it again, just let me know. And I'm definitely going to put the replay of it in the shop tab. So I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Please pay it forward. This is my service to you. So please do something sweet for somebody else. It makes my heart happy when we're all helping each other out, lifting each other up. So until next time, namaste.